Ladies, who's coming back here? Is Christy coming back?
Oh, yeah, Christy's coming back.
Christy's coming back?
Melissa's toast.
She's toast?
She's toast.
The strategy for the men, we wanted Melissa back. Christy is the stronger of the two. I mean, it just makes sense. You know, in order for us to beat the women in every task, we want them as weak as possible.
I really thought I was going home tonight. After sitting in the boardroom with Mr. Trump, the reality has hit home.
You ladies thought what you saw was bad?
It got worse.
Times 100.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Nope, I'm done talking about it. Move on to task number 2.
Welcome to Trump Park Avenue, 59th Street and Park Avenue. If you were here a year ago, you would have seen a building absolutely under construction, only steel exposed, and frankly, a mess. In fact, a year ago, Omarosa got hit on the head with a piece of plaster, and if you listen to her, it was a brick, all right? But that was a year ago. We are going to be working today with real luxury. Trump Park Avenue is luxury, and the word Lamborghini is luxury.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be working with Kaplan Thaler, one of the hottest advertising agencies on Madison Avenue. Very simply, your task will be to put together a 30-second promotional and print ad campaign for Lamborghini. Each team will have access to 2 Lamborghinis, camera crews, and editing facilities.
Fabulous.
You'll be judged by these 2 executives. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Linda Kaplan-Thaler of the Kaplan-Thaler Group, the CEO and Chief Creative Officer. I'm going to be looking for a really big bang idea here, guys, because you're dealing with the best of the best.
I'm Aaron Bragg, Head of U.S. Operations for Automobili Lamborghini. I'm very excited to see what you have to put together, and I'm sure it's going to be very useful for Lamborghini.
The team which creates the most original campaign, as judged by these 2 executives, wins. The losing team, sadly, is brought back to the boardroom. Somebody will be fired. Marcus, you were the project manager of your team last week, but unfortunately, your team did not approve you to go forward with the exemption, which means very simply that none of you are safe. Okay, go ahead. Good luck.
Thank you. This is my deal. I sell cars. Yeah, I have a car dealership. I sold exotic cars.
We've already won this task. Tell the story how we did it.
I really believe at this point that the edge is to the men because we understand the concept, we understand the product. We've all dreamed of Lamborghini since we were 10 years old. So I think that gives us the edge.
Does anyone else besides me feel as passionate about being project manager on this task?
I sort of nominated myself to be project manager because I have a background in advertising. That is what I do for a living.
All right, all in favor of myself, me being project manager, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, decided I'm project manager.
The first thing we have to do, and the first thing I identified as our first objective, was to meet with Linda Kaplan and Aaron Bragg of Lamborghini. I told the team, I don't want you guys going in the meeting with any preconceived ideas about Lamborghini whatsoever. I don't want you to think slogans, I don't want you to think campaigns, I don't want you to think anything, because we don't know what the client wants.
What's up, buddy?
I already have what I think is a winning slogan. So
before we meet with them, you have a winning slogan? Really?
Yeah. So when I see Linda, I'd like to share it with the group and her and just bounce it off and see what she has.
What is it? I don't want to be surprised. What is it? Just say it.
Smooth as silk.
Okay. It might be a little premature. Let me just say, I think it's great. I think it's awesome you have that. But it might not be the best idea to come up with a slogan before we even meet with the client.
I didn't want anyone to think in cliches. The biggest no-no in advertising is using cliches. Of course, the first thing Marcus does, he comes up to me and he says, I've got a slogan idea. I said, Marcus, no. We want to find out what they're trying to make happen.
So we're experiencing in the last 2 years exponential growth, and that's due to a new model that we came out with, which is the Gallardo. And this is the beginning of the rebirth of Lamborghini.
One of the ideas that
that I had talked to my teammates about, and just to kind of float it, was to have a complete counterbalance, if you would, or a contrast. Smooth as silk. Does that kind of imagery or something, does that tend to be something that would be of any interest to Lamborghini, you think? No? Okay, very good.
Let me just...
It's good to eliminate those things.
Our team synergy is completely out of focus with Marcus in it. That question specifically went against what I told him to do, and it's a prime example of why he's a weak player and why I have to babysit this team member all the time, and it pissed me off.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much for the time. Ideal location. Thank you.
If we can get some of this car inside, I want to have more options than less.
Not a problem.
Because we are women presenting a very masculine product, we needed to exemplify strength. Ala, who is worth $12 million, really kind of knew what the consumer's mind would be. Being project manager, I put Ala in charge of videography.
And then come and go, boom. Can you handle this? Hello. Even though I've never directed a video in my life, I can take control of the situation. Can you basically come up and do... Okay. We're working with professionals, so I act as a professional. I think that earns me respect. 1, 2, 3, boom, stop. Perfect.
Love it. That was
If you
perfect.
can get in the car.
Marshawn was getting on my nerves because I didn't feel like she was stepping up and adding value to this task. She sat back and just watched everything.
We walked around the car. Let's pull it away.
Okay. Marshawn wasn't hands-on, and she was gonna get all the glory for being project manager when we worked our butts off. That was such bull crap.